Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at some of McFarlane's new page punchers. We've got their Mr. Freeze. And this is a very interesting design, Mr. Freeze, and I can see a lot of customs coming out of this guy and everything. More than people are going to use this guy for customizing more than they're going to use this guy for actually being a Mr. Freeze, I feel. But I think he's a really sweet ass Mr. Freeze. Nothing really going on the back. We've got that classic clamshell packaging and everything, and then we have got just a comic book. And I am curious if these page punchers, because they come out in waves, are they coming out with individual comics, or are they all the same comic and you're just pretty much buying different figures with variant art covers? I think it's the different figures with variant art covers. But we're gonna find out. We've got some more of this wave coming out later on. For some reason, Mr. Freeze dropped super early. But yeah, I think he's pretty sweet. I can see a lot of BioShock fans going for this one to make like a Big Daddy out of him. Like, he's totally giving off those Big Daddy vibes. Like, I love this guy though. Like, I think he's pretty sick. I love those odd, like, why did you make that kind of like figures, you know, like that don't really look like how they're supposed to. I love it, like, because it's different, it's odd. It's the only thing I don't like is that we haven't actually gotten a good Mr. Freeze, in my opinion. The last one they did decent, but it definitely many rooms for improvement. I'm excited to get this guy open though, so let's go ahead and pull him out. Alright, straight out of the packaging, we've got this triple insert. We've got this guy, then we've got like another piece here that holds the comic, and there's this badass artwork for the comic there, and it's the same artwork they put on the card, because these do also come with the little stat cards. Pretty sweet. This art cover for this, pretty damn badass. But we are saying that this is issue 1, just flat black back. Here we've got one of those little tie things there across the chest, and that looks to be about it. Maybe one across this arm. Yep. One, oh, hey, yeah, that you got a lot more on there than I thought you did. All right, so you've got the one crossing over on the gun. Then you've got one on each of the wrists and each of the ankles, and then the back, the whole chest piece there. And yeah, so let's go ahead and pull him out. There we have him in all his glory right there. And like we said, we've got our trading card, got our comic book, and we will read this and do a little how was it on that in just a minute. Let's get to that figure first. He is a hefty, bulky figure in that box. You pull him out, he kind of loses a little bit of like how hefty and bulky he did look, which I thought was very interesting, because he looked very big, bulky and everything. And then now putting him up here, we've got a NECA over here, we've got a McFarlane over here, just to kind of like gauge around his sizing and everything, like look how he's going to pair with some other things and stuff. But you know, I don't know really what to say about that. Like, he seemed so much bigger inside that clamshell and everything, but now that he's out, he looks badass. He does. He's got weight to him. He feels pretty hefty and everything. My biggest thing is literally the same complaint I had when I was looking at him in the box. Why are we not focusing on the front? There we go. His face is just... I'm trying to think of the best way to really like describe my issues with the face. It's just, I mean, you got 2 red dots there, and then this gloss, and then everything else on this is kind of matte, and like it just, it doesn't give the effect you want it to. It's a great design in theory. I feel like they did not execute that too well, because those eyes do just kind of, we keep trying to focus in on Joker there. Let's move these guys out of frame and that'll help. So, as you can see my light reflecting on there and everything. That's just how shiny that is. Whereas, like, you're not getting that on here. So, going from that, like, super sheen there to this, like, matte and everything kind of gives it this, like, weird off perspective and everything on it. And, like, it still looks good, but I feel like they could have done something better with these eyes. And the way this head moves, like, I'm curious what they really did here, and I'll probably pop this head off and show you guys in a minute, just to, because I'm super curious to see what's underneath there, because the head moves real nice. And, like, you know, you got this big old ball, and it feels like we've got like this like double like hinge on that head piece there, where we could kind of look at that, like we're literally doing the bob and weave with the neck and everything. Like, that is awesome articulation. They really did a great job on that. Now, as for this gun, not much I can really say about it. I mean, I don't really have any opinions on the gun itself. I feel like they could have given us a little bit better detail work on this figure. Like, that's my biggest complaint about this page puncher, is the fact that, okay, like, you did the comic, you did the artwork for the comic, the card, like, you made the figure. He doesn't look too bad. Like, he really doesn't. The biggest gripes that I really have on him is some of the shoddy paint work. These dials, they're not painted in. Just a lot of, like, the more finer details. Like, on here, like, you can see, like, the overlap of the paint and everything on him, and the way that it's just not even finished filled out over here. Like, you know, I feel like if you're not gonna give us alternate hands and extra accessories, because let's be honest, this is pretty basic setup for a figure here, especially by, like, from McFarlane and everything. We usually get at least like an alternate hand, or, you know, like a second accessory or something, you know, like a lot of the times. I feel like you could have painted in our dials, you know, like made sure that wasn't just kind of like, because it almost looks like you just laid fondant over it, like you're making a cake. You're not making a cake, you're making a figure and a collectible. He's got these ratchets on his legs, hips, whatever you want to call them. He's got these twists, the full rotation there. The way that his leg is in here is very interesting too, because this is like a whole other like head joint more than like a leg joint, and I think that is very cool. And he's got just these thick rotations here. Like, they really like made sure that he's gonna move, he's gonna hold and everything for being as hefty as he is. Ankle with the ball, and we still get our toe. Super cool. Now for our arms, we've got that. Is that a double on the shoulder? No, that's just a regular ass shoulder. That is pretty damn solid. Like, that is probably one of my favorite arms that I've seen on a McFarlane as of late. That's pretty nice. And then this appears to be a single. Yep, just a single. They did a great job piecing this guy together and everything. And then we get our twist here, right? Yep, wrist articulation. The head, like I said. The body has some, not much, and you can tell he's pegged in. And he looks pretty sweet. Give him the... The gun slid into his hand very easily. Our coil here, not too bad. And then this just slots right into this hole on his back there. Whew. Not sure if it's supposed to be up, if it's supposed to be down. This way made sense to me, though. So, let's get him straightened out here as much as we can. And check on that height. We are staying true to that 7 inches, it looks like. I really expected him to kind of tower a little bit. He seemed like he was going to be a lot more beefy than he is. That's what I'm talking about. Like, in that box, like, he looked like okay, you're going to pair him up with that Batman he comes with. He's going to tower over him. But look at this. We've got that Joker, and, like, the Joker almost appears like he's taller than him. But they are around the same-ish height and everything. got our NECA here. So what you're getting is more bulk, like kind of bulky, more than like the height and everything. But he is a beef boy. He feels real nice. He looks pretty sweet. And like I said, like I guarantee you get on some of your toy groups and you're going to start seeing some like Big Daddy like customs come rolling in, like we're using this guy as a base, because like he is perfect to go for a BioShock figure and like make a Big Daddy. Like that is like my biggest thing that I keep thinking about every time I see him and everything. Like I cannot stop. Like I cannot take him seriously as a Mr. Freeze. I can't. Like, you know, but he's badass for other purposes for me personally. You know, if he works as a Mr. Freeze for you, by all means, go for it. I'm going to read this comic real quick, and then we'll kind of skim it over a little bit, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. And, yeah, it says right here that we've got variant artwork covers and everything, so I'm really thinking that all these are going to be this, like, issue 1, Fighting the Frozen, and they're just going to showcase different variant art covers and everything. That's really what I'm thinking is what we're going to end up getting here. But we'll be right back. Now, as for the page puncher itself and everything, the little comic, it is literally a quick little like 2-minute read. There's not much going on. There's not much story. Nothing that you're gonna take canonically serious, at least. I mean, it was. I was expecting more out of this. I really was. Like Mr. Freeze, literally just it looked like it was Victorian era. I think they literally said that it was Gotham 1876. And he's working on trying to save Nora, fucks up his experiments, ends up in the past, tries to keep going. There go figure. There's a Bat family. There's a Bat clan in the Ice Age, and they fuck him up. That's your storyline right there. So, I would not get this page puncher for the comic unless you really like the art. There are some really nice art panels in here. But, I mean, the story is lackluster. Very, very lackluster. Not even interested in a fucking volume 2 on that one. But, the figure... You're buying these page punchers literally for those figures. But thanks, guys. We'll see you around next time and everything. Show me what you do with this guy. Just show me what you do with him, because I am very interested to see how everybody ends up like piecing him into their collection and everything. And I gotta rip this head off before we go. I am so curious about how they got this guy on here and everything. Like, it looks like it's literally just hollow on the inside there. God, you can't even get a grip on that guy, can you? Oh, now I was expecting a little bit more. All they really did is just keep this all hollow and like extra long neck peg. This is super sweet. Like, you know, like the head moves around on him so fucking well. Like, why do they get all these issues with all their other ones that like just don't move around that much? You know, they get caught on themselves. They really outdid themselves on this one because he moves around so easily. And I'm going to try to pop this guy back in, and we're going to tell you guys good luck and see you later.